Now, throughout the land, the people had heard this story about one of the servants, one of the slaves, that had been raised by Pharaoh and then killed an Egyptian and escaped. They knew the story. It was pretty famous. And they were saying, hey, that's the same guy. He's back. And not only that, he's a magician. And not only that, he's got this magic snake that turns into a stick, and he's got some weird stuff he's doing with his hands and all this kind of stuff. And there's going to be a lot of other magicians. There's going to be a big competition. And it was like, fantastic. Everybody's going to go. Everybody's going to see it. This is going to be the event of all events. And sure enough, it was. And the people came. You couldn't see past all the people as far as you look in any direction. Look at all the people. They filled the court. They filled up the whole palace. They were everywhere, hanging off of everything, trying to, what's going on? What's going on? What are they doing? What are they doing? Guess what happened? Here come the magicians. And here came Moses. In the meantime, Pharaoh's in his throne like, aha, let the challenge begin. And then the magician said, okay, Moses, go ahead. He said, nope. You throw first. He went, oh, go ahead. He said, you throw first. I went, sure, watch this. And they took their little sticks, which had little gimmicks in the stick. They had it so it would look like a normal stick. But if they pull a pin, then it would just, it was connected, but it would look kind of like a snake. I've actually seen these before in a magician's store, and you can make it. It's pretty easy. Just pull out a little piece of a link. It's still all hooked, but you can make it wiggle, but it doesn't really look like a snake. And that's what they had. They threw it down, and it kind of wiggled a little bit, you know, and then another one and another one, and they were like, oh, look, oh, yeah. And now the people had never seen that before, so they were scared. They were like, whoa, oh, look at the snake. Look at that little snake over there. Oh, my God, you know. And then it was Moses' turn. Now remember, Moses is not a magician. He's nothing more than a human being. But Allah made him a prophet. And this was a sign. So he took his stick in his right hand, and he threw it. And when he threw it down, it became a serpent again. A big serpent. Huge. And then people were so terrified. You know, some people almost passed out. They were like, ah, whoa, like this. And other people in the back going, what's going on? What's going on? And they're trying to get up on top of each other, trying to see what's going on over there. And then the snake, the real one, went and scooped up the magic of the others, and then scooped up another one, like that, and another, and another. And there was none of their stuff was left at all. Musa reached out his hand, touched it, and it went back as a stick. And he held it back up. And all the people started cheering and hollering and going on, and Pharaoh was like, somebody's tricked me here. It's this, no. So he was mad. He was mad at everybody because he didn't want to believe. That's the worst part. He didn't want to believe. So what he did, he said, actually, I know what's happened here. These magicians that we brought in here are working for Moses. That's what's up with that. You guys are working for him. You just did this, you know. And they're going, no, we came because you said there'd be a big prize for us. You told us that we'd have this great reward if we came, and that's all. We just came for that. Yeah, right? Well, we'll see. And about that time, Moses puts his hand in like this. And when he pulled it out, it was shining like a light. And then he put it back in, pulled it out again. It was normal. Well, this was too much, even for these magicians. They said, we don't believe in Pharaoh anymore. He never was a god. We don't believe in him. We believe in the God of the worlds, the Lord of all that exists, the Rabb, which means Lord, the Rabbul Alameen. And so they bowed down, which was the custom always, the people who believed. They put their head down on the ground because they believed. They believed in the Lord of Moses. And who is the Lord of Moses, by the way?
Allah.
And he's the same Lord as the Lord of all of the other prophets, isn't he? It's only one God. The God of Adam, Abraham, Idris. Do you remember the story of Idris? We talked about him. Enoch, and Shuaib, and Hud, Saleh, Shuaib. We mentioned him. All of these prophets. Yeah. What about Isaac? What about Ishmael? Ibrahim?
Yusuf.
Lut. Yes.
Yusuf alayhi salam.
Same God. Same God. And Moses is descended from Abraham through Ishaq or Isaac and Jacob and the tribes. And all of them are believing in this one God and doing what he wants them to do. So this is the story up to this point of the beginning of Moses, but there's a whole lot more to the story of Moses. One of the things that really, I think, makes a clear picture here is what happens next, because Moses didn't give up. He didn't give up at all. In fact, this was just the beginning. He established the regular worship, which is a part of what all Muslims do even today. And this is what all the prophets always did, the proper worship. Allah tells us in the Quran about this. وَمَا أُمِرُوا إِلَّا لِيَعْبُدُوا اللَّهَ مُخْلِصِينَ لَهُ الدِّينَ حُنَفَاءَ وَيُقِيمُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَيُؤْتُوا الزَّكَاةَ وَذَلِكَ دِينُ الْقَيِّمَةِ. That the way of life, this is the word deen. Arabic is way of life, you say deen. The proper deen is the worship of one God. You worship this one God. And this is from the people before us. They ordered the same thing. Worship this one God with all your heart, all your strength, all your mind. Give all your prayers and devotion for him. Your salah is for him. And your charity, you give charity because of that. And all of this is the right way. Keep the religion pure for him. That's the idea. Allah mentioned that in Surah Al-Bayna in the Quran. How many of you memorize Surah Al-Bayna? You know it? لَمْ يُكُلِّ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا مِنْ أَهْلِ الْكِتَابِ وَالْمُشْرِكِينَ مُنْفَكِينَ حَتَّى تَأْتِيَهُمُ الْبَيِّنَةُ. Yeah. Okay, good. That's very good. Now you know. When you go home, I want you to be sure and read that again today and look at the meaning of it, because it's an amazing story here. And I think it's good for us to remember, because these prophets also had the same thing being taught to them. But anyway, now, I told you about Harun. I told you that he's the brother to Moses, right? Huh? And his brother is going to support him and help him. And also, Allah unties the problem from Moses' tongue so that he can speak directly to Pharaoh and tell him what's up. And the sign of the snake turning into the rod, and the rod turning back into the snake back and forth like that, and the hand going in and out and being a shiny light, all of this was just the beginning. This is just the beginning of the signs. Because the idea is that Allah has told Moses to go speak to Pharaoh, but look what he said. He said, speak to him softly and easy. Take it easy and don't get upset. So when Pharaoh would go nuts and crazy and stuff, Moses couldn't do that. Remember Moses before. He liked to help people, but he used to get upset and go in with no more popping people. You had to be nice, be gentle, and don't use your stick to whack somebody. Just use it for what Allah shows you, you know. And, well, yeah, you think about it. This is what he had to learn, you know. Well, anyhow, so then Musa, alayhi salam, started telling him, if you don't let the children of Israel go, there will be big things come to you, and not just, you know, wooden snakes turning into, you know. We're talking about something really serious going to happen. Pharaoh was very stubborn on it, because now it was like you're challenging him, and he's like, oh, no, you won't. You won't do that. Sure enough, so many times, make the land dry up, there's nothing to eat, no water, yeah. Until the people are like, come on, man, what are we going to do? The whole of the lands of all of Egypt, there's no water, there's no water. This is a sign, this is a sign. Pharaoh's going, no. Finally, all right, well, yeah, if you can make the water come back, I'll let him go. Sure enough, Allah makes the water come back. But they changed his mind and said, no, I'm not going to let him go. Then Allah sent him another sign, locusts. You know what locusts are? It's like giant grasshoppers or something. But they almost like have pinchers that cut. And they can cut even a plant like these here. You can just like cut. And they came through and wiped everything out. And bothered the cattle. They bothered the sheep and the plants. Even the people got fed up with it. And the people were trying to get away from it. And at night, you know what? They used to go in their house and seal the door and try to keep everything out. But the bugs kept getting in and getting in. And no matter where you went, they were everywhere. Except on who? Not on the children of Israel. They were okay. They were okay because Allah was protecting them. About something really serious going to happen. Pharaoh was very stubborn on it because now it was like you're challenging him. And he's like, oh, no, you won't. You won't do that. Sure enough, so many times. Make the land dry up. There's nothing to eat. No water. Yeah. Until the people are like, come on, man. What are we going to do? The whole of the lands of all of Egypt. There's no water. There's no water. This is a sign. This is a sign. Pharaoh's going, no, no. Finally, all right, well, yeah. If you can make the water come back, I'll let him go. Sure enough, Allah makes the water come back. But they changed his mind and said, no, I'm not going to let him go. Then Allah sent him another sign, locusts. You know what locusts are? It's like giant grasshoppers or something. But they almost like have pinchers that cut. And they can cut even a plant like these here. You can just like cut. And they came through and wiped everything out. And bothered the cattle. They bothered the sheep and the plants. Even the people got fed up with it. And the people were trying to get away from it. And at night, you know what? They used to go in their house and seal the door and try to keep everything out. But the bugs kept getting in and getting in. And no matter where you went, they were everywhere. Except on who? Not on the children of Israel. They were okay. They were okay because Allah was protecting them. And again, Pharaoh made the deal. Okay. Make it all go away. Because he's telling him, I can make it go away. Just let him go. Okay, just do it. And as soon as all the locusts were gone, everything settled back down, Pharaoh said, change my mind. Allah sent frogs. That's another one Allah sent. Can you imagine frogs? Now, I like a frog. I like frogs. They're funny. The way they jump, bloop, bloop, they're funny. But I don't know if I want to see 10 billion of them all over the place, jumping on top of each other and on top. You can't even go. You can't get out the door. Frogs everywhere.
Making everything.
Yeah, like that. They were everywhere. Just like the locusts before. And it's like nowhere you could hide from them. They were getting in people's houses. You go get a drink, and there's nothing to drink. It's just full of frogs. You want to eat something? No, it's frogs again. Frogs. If they were French, they could have had frog legs. But anyway, there's all these frogs everywhere. And again, Moses tells them, let them go. Allah can wipe it out. There'll be no problem for you. All right, I'll do it. Oh, you can go. Yes, I believe in your God. All right, it's all right. It's good. Go for it. And as soon as the frogs are gone, change my mind. You don't like it? Tough. Moses kept warning him. And he talked about the water situation because, in Egypt, water is a problem. You have to be very careful about water over there. So Allah turned all the water into blood. It didn't matter where you went to get water, it was blood. Not like blood, it was some kind of blood. You couldn't drink it. You couldn't use it. You couldn't water anything with it. It was blood. This was the problem, a huge problem. Now that people were complaining to Pharaoh and telling him, come on, man, this is crazy. You see all the things that are happening to us? Get rid of those people. Let them go, Just do it. He said, yeah, you're right. What am I thinking about? Okay. Moses, get over here. Do something. Get rid of this problem, okay? And you guys can go. You can just go. I'll be happy for you. Just get out of town, okay? So Moses, again, prayed to Allah. Allah removed the problem, and they had the water back. Moses said, okay, we're ready to go. He said, where are you going? I changed my mind. Again, changed his mind again. Why? He said, I'm the God. Astaghfirullah. He said it. And why should I listen to you? You guys are the slaves. Hello? Moses was still patient. Look how patient. He didn't get mad, didn't scream and holler. You know? That's it. Now, Allah will really put it on you. So he warned the children of Israel about this thing. Now, all along the way, all these things, disasters and calamities that were coming, the children of Israel didn't suffer. Somehow Allah always made sure they had water, made sure that they had provision, made sure that the bugs, the locusts, the frogs, and all the different things didn't hurt them. Made sure of that. It was like a lunatic. It was so upset, yeah. So the people came and they started complaining, and Pharaoh's like, hey, I don't want to hear it. I have my own problems. It was almost like in a strange, you know. And they said, what about the children of Israel? I don't care about them. Can they go? They can go. Just go. I don't care about anything anymore. I don't care. I don't care. Go! So they went. All the children of Israel said, we're free. We can really go. It's not another joke. Man, pack up the trunk and let's get out of here. And they got everything they could get and pile it in and go and go and go. And they got their animals, everything. Shoo, man, don't even look back. Just keep going. And away they went. They went and they followed Harun and Moses. They were following them. Going straight away from there. They were headed toward the Red Sea. Now, Red Sea is not really too far. If you have a car, if you have a truck or an airplane, it's not far at all. But walking is a pretty good distance. And they were going this long way to the Red Sea. Well, after a while, some people came to Pharaoh and said, Pharaoh, what? The slaves are gone. Huh? Slaves? You know the people who do all the work? They're gone. The ones that build the stuff? They're gone. The ones that keep the place clean? They're gone. The ones that do everything around here? They're gone. Where'd they go? You told them they could go. I did? No, I didn't. Yeah, you did. Did they go with Moses? Yep. Saddle up. We're going to get them back. Now. And away they went. And he took his whole army. Huge army of Pharaoh. They're going to get them. And they are coming back. He was really whacked. His head wasn't working right anymore at all. And it didn't matter to him now. He just, this is what I'm going to do. That's it. SubhanAllah. It's scary when people get like that, you know. They don't think anymore. There's no thinking left. Just Shaitan talking to them. As they got closer to the children of Israel, Moses and Harun, they could look and they could see. Look up over there. See him? Is that something up there on the edge of that cliff coming toward us? Or on top of that mountain? It's them. I said, no way. They said, yeah, Pharaoh's after us with the whole army. Oh my God. Man, they started hustling, you know, let's go. And they got right up to the edge of the Red Sea. They said, where are we going to go? How are we going to get out of here? What? And then they started looking at Moses going, yeah, this is all your fault. You know that, don't you? Moses is like, what? Yeah. We were okay over there. We didn't mind being slaves, but now you got us fixed up good. We can't go over there. Those guys are going to come. We're going to get killed. We're going to get creamed. It's all your fault. They start blaming him. You imagine that? All he wanted to do was help, right? The miracles of Allah. And they saw it too. They knew they're supposed to follow the prophet, but some of them already were complaining. Now Allah inspired Musa alayhi salam. Moses, take your right hand on your stick and tap the water. Strike it. Go ahead. Bam. He did. He hit the water. Now I'm sure some of them were going, oh, now that's going to help a whole lot, isn't it? Slap the water. Why don't you slap them? But all of a sudden, the water started parting. Started moving away. Started going back. Making big walls, you know. Just open up. And you could see right, look. And Moses and Harun started going through. Let's go. Follow me. And some of them started following right away. But I'm sure there were the laggers in the back going, I ain't going in there. Huh, what happened? No, But they started going, and they started going. And they got all the way in there. The Red Sea is big, by the way. If you go to the Red Sea, and I've been there, and look, you can't see to the other side. You can't see the other side. So it was a good journey for them. They had to walk. They were walking across there. Imagine that. Guess what happened next? Pharaoh and his army came right up to the same place. It was still open. And he said, let's go. Now, can you imagine his army? They're all looking at each other going, you going in there? No. Let him go by himself. And he said, I said go! Oh, yeah, aye, Captain. And away they went. All army. They went in this place where Moses and the children of Israel had gone. They followed right up that same way. Here they come. But you know what happened. Everybody knows what happened, right? Because when they all got in there, I mean, it's like they signed their own death certificate. It's like, okay, kill me, here I am. And that's what Allah did. Allah then let the water go back on them. Some of them were probably killed immediately, crushed as soon as the water hit them, smashed. Others were grasping at anything they could get a hold of, trying to survive. But that kind of water smashing together, I mean, it was horrible. They drowned. Pharaoh wasn't dead yet. One last chance. He was thinking anyway. Okay, I believe in the God of Moses. I believe in the God of Moses, the robe of Moses. Okay, I'll go for that. The angels were trying to cover up his mouth. Why? Because this guy's so bad. He's the most evil human being on the whole earth. He's bad. How come he gets to just say, because if he said, I believe, then he could be saved. Not that he'd be saved here, but he would be saved in the next life, you know. But Allah let us understand from that example that even if somebody says it at the last minute, it won't count. So it didn't help him a bit because he's like what? Stubborn. He only says it when there's nothing else to say. Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, told us something that applies very much to the story of Moses. One time when there was some distribution of wealth going on, and the Prophet asked that, would you guys pass this around? Everybody gets so much, you know. And so somebody stood up, he said, oh, this isn't fair, this is not being done properly. And he was complaining against Muhammad ﷺ, who was giving away everything he had to them. Now some of the companions, they got really angry about this, because you don't talk like that to the Prophet, you know. But he said, take it easy. He said, this is what happens to prophets. He said, and there was a prophet he had even worse from his people. And he was talking about Moses. And that's why I thought I'd mention to you something that happened. We talked about how Pharaoh was giving poor Moses and his brother a hard time, yeah? Wait till you find out what his own people did to him. And we still see that today. People from amongst us, the Muslims themselves, we find, okay, you're a Muslim. Why you did this? Why you did that? You're supposed to be a Muslim. How come you did this or that? You feel like that sometime? You heard about this? Well, this is helping us understand it's not new. It's been going on a long time.